welcome to part 13 of Disco Elysium. Good to have you on the program today. When we last left off, we were at quite a pivotal part in the Disco Elysium story. And it's good to be picking up again where we left off. I believe we had just discovered Red, our primary suspect, only to learn that she's not really a suspect anymore. So we're going to explore this cave. We're going to talk to her a little bit more. And then I think we're going to head back to the Whirling in Rags to see where the blonde went. What was the name? Calvace? Kalasche? Or something like that. She now is acting very suspicious. It's Monday, and I'm still waking up. I don't know. I'm not feeling tip-top shape right now, but I got my coffee. So cheers to that. Tell you what, things are looking really grim. Here in Washington State, our governor, Jay Inslee, just sent out a mandate over the weekend, basically saying that Thanksgiving is canceled. And that's due to the rising COVID-19 cases in Washington State and across the nation, as many of us are experiencing. So, let's see if I can get Facebook up here. Yeah, we're live on We're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. Good. So yeah, it's changing all my plans. I mean, I was planning on having the entire family over to the house on Thanksgiving. You know, no one's to blame. I'm not upset at the governor over this. He basically said no indoor gatherings outside of your family unit, your household. And yeah, that's kind of bars Thanksgiving. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do here. They said that if we do like a quarantine 2 weeks, if everybody who plans on coming quarantines 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, then okay. Or we can quarantine 1 week before Thanksgiving and a week before Thanksgiving get a COVID-19 test. Then we can have our family Thanksgiving. So I don't know. I now have to connect with everybody who is going to come to try and figure out what we were going to do. So, yeah, I mean, it's no one's fault. It's just sort of, well, I mean, it's the fault of people who are not wearing masks and who are not socially distancing, I guess, if we're going to be blaming anybody. But really, with a natural disaster like this, what can you do? So yeah, things are pretty grim out there, but doing the best we can to get through. Douglas Delegard says, hey Oxhorn, and all in chat. Hey there, Douglas Delegard. So good to see you again. Milosh says, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jessica Sharp. Happiest of birthdays to you. Jessica Sharp. Happy birthday. Oh, Jessica says that today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Jessica. Hope you have a wonderful birthday, and I'm happy that you're choosing to spend it with us here on this fine Monday. And that you can spend it with everyone's favorite superstar cop. Gemma in the chat says, happy birthday, Jessica Sharp. Happy birthday, my friend. Douglas says, happy birthday, Jessica. Happy birthday, Jessica. Jocelyn says, it is indeed a Monday, Ox. Superstar cop to the rescue. That's right. He's coming to the rescue. He's going to make our day just a little bit better. Let's load our game save. Okay, and just as we suspected, she's gone, so we can't interview her anymore. She left. Cooking utensils. She has prepared herself porridge with bananas. Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Pavel says, I'm curious about the ending. So far, Disco Elysium has a similar storytelling and feel as You Know My Favorite, and that has a breathtaking ending. All right, well, we can see what happens. I'm not sure how close to the end I am. I think I've made pretty good progress, but I do know there is at least one spot we have left to explore. Hey, Druamine. Alright, that's going to help us out. And we looted everything over here, right? Let me put my perception clothes on. You tend to find more things if you're wearing something that gives you a plus to perception. So I've got, let me put my perception boots on, and I want to keep my horrific necktie on, because the horrific necktie has its own dialogue options. Holy cow, I have so many articles of clothing nowadays. That's -1 to perception. There we go. I think I've got pretty good perception on. Let's run around the cave again, see if there's anything we missed before we continue forward. Horrific necktie chimes in. Bratan, now's the time. Time for what, we can say? Oh, you'll see. It feels like the tie is rubbing itself against your chest, like a cat in heat. First, the spirits, the blue medicinal spirits, grab the bottle and uncork it. It's time to unleash the other world. Wow. Wait, right now? Ruby's gone. I don't really think there's anything to celebrate here. Hush, hush, Bratan. Now is not the time to celebrate. Now is the time to get ready. Trust me on this. This is what it's all been building towards. It's going to be off the hook. Off all hooks. Okay, we can slowly uncork the blue medicinal spirit. The bottle opens with a silent, mysterious hiss. The fumes rising from its mouth are as crisp as the northern winds. Ash Owen in the chat today says, I'm glad I can finally catch a stream. Happy birthday, Jessica. Ox, should I go to work tomorrow? I have a sore throat and a headache, and I'm not feeling great. Probably not. I mean, not right now in November during a global pandemic. If you're feeling icky, you may want to stay home, and that's totally okay. Vladimir says, hi, Ox, you may put on your friend horrific necktie for unique check later. Okay, well, is this the one that we're talking about? Jocelyn says, happy birthday to Jessica Sharp. Happy birthday. Shivers, howling somewhere, lashing the boardwalk with brine and rain, and an ancient warmth crawls under your skin. Now, Bratan, take me off. What? I didn't know I could do that. Bratan, have I ever lied to you? Just take me off. The necktie tugs encouragingly at your neck. We can take the necktie off. Your fingers manage to undo the oily knot, and the necktie slides off. It looks so frail, sitting there in your hand, weighing almost nothing. Now what? We can say. Now, put me in the bottle. But why? We can say. Trust me. Just trust me. You and I are going to have so much fun, it should be illegal. I suspect that it might be, we can say. And the horrific necktie says, just put me in the bottle, Breton. I'm not going to let you down. You and I are like the same person. And so we can put the necktie in the bottle. As the necktie slides into the purifying liquid, large stains of grease rise from it and float to the surface. There they quickly dissolve and disappear completely. Cleansed by the blue spirit fire of the 98.7% pure alcohol, the fabric looks almost new again. No longer like a disgusting worm of the lower intestine, but like a colorful and deadly poisonous reef snake of the Indian Ocean. So, what next? The necktie floats in the bluish liquid with almost unearthly grace. Necktie? There is silence. Necktie? There is silence. Oh no, did we lose the necktie? We can cork the bottle and put it away. Item gained, spirit bomb. The lieutenant has been observing you quietly this whole time. He is struggling to keep silent, but finally seems to give up. I've got to ask, says Kim, with a peculiar look in his eye. What are you doing? We can say, in my family, you put a piece of clothing in some hard liquor and drink it for good luck. It's silly, but no harm done, right? All right, I got to tell him the truth. Okay, Kim, I didn't want to tell anyone, but my necktie has been talking to me lately. Of course it has. He says. He doesn't even look surprised. It started when I woke up in the whirling in rags. It's been talking to me ever since. And what has this necktie been telling you, if I might ask, says Kim. It mostly just urges me to party harder, we can say. And he says, wonderful, very useful. He doesn't actually believe it's wonderful. We learn with a rhetoric check. Okay, so why did you put it in the bottle? Oh, the Easy Life. Oh, the Easy Life says, good day, Ox. I'm watching this stream from the maternity ward. May I get a shout out to my lovely wife, Jessica, as we wait for our baby girl to be introduced to the world? Absolutely. Shout out to Jessica and congratulations on the upcoming birth of your baby daughter. That's great. I'm glad that we can join you today, but I certainly hope you'll push pause when the big moment comes. Ash Owen says, thank you, Wox. Love the work you do and are the greatest streamer. Love your content, and I'm going to relax with all of you lovely people. Well, thank you very much, Ash Owen. We're all here, and we're going to have a good stream today. Brian Sanchez says, hey, Ox, just to let you know, the Witcher 3 DLC, Heart of Stone, the blue one, takes place in canon before you find Ciri. And Blood and Wine is after the end. Oh, so I could start Heart of Stone now? Interesting. I'll have to think about that. So why'd you put it in the bottle, says Kim. Because it told me to, we can say. Right, says Kim. Okay. Anyway, I'm glad you told me your necktie has been speaking to you. That must not have been easy. For a second, it looks like he's about to add something. And we pass a esprit de corps check. We're all under stress. This is turning into a great big mess. I'm not judging. Just keep it together. But then he turns away, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. Let's go, he concludes. Well, he's not very pleased with that. Milosh says, all hail the new Oxette. All hail the new Oxette when she arrives. Okay, so here we go. A spirit bomb. A spirit bomb. Equip this when the times are most dire. It's a new tool. Wow. Did they give me a new skill? Huh. Well, I finally have a weapon in this game, a spirit bomb. I'm so glad I kept my horrific necktie around. Though I am going to miss the guy. Just making sure my perception isn't missing anything else. And I think not. I think we're good. All hail the new Oxhead indeed. Does she have a name yet? Or are you guys waiting on that one? Hey, check it out. That's new. I would have missed that without my perception. Instigator's tent. The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. Welcome new member Bryce Quintero. Good to have you, my friend. We passed a suave fare check. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. We can look inside. The tent looks old but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes. We can shine our flashlight on the books. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. We also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. The lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. See anything? We can sift through the magazines. Rega Monthly, Journal of Material Science, More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook. A notebook. We can take it. Item gained, Ruby's journal. We pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind, says Inland Empire. We should read this immediately, like right now, says Kim. Oh, okay, we should do this immediately. Sounds good to me. Blake G in the chat says, do they allow loud laughter in Hawaii or just aloha? Ha. That was my aloha. Ha. Rachel says, Ox, you must pass the check to dance in the church. Kim also dances. It must be done. All right, well, if I have a chance to get back there, I will do my best to pass that check. Okay, here we go. Ruby's journal. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover on the and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. We can examine the cover. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her when it was still hers. We can unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. We can study the handwriting, the large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. We can flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated. It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this. What kind of logistics? Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, and directions. There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this, says Kim. What are the diagrams of? The Easy Life says, oh, I'm going to use your stream as a source of comfort as she crushes every bone in my hand. Lol, not really. We have a day or two before things really start up. Thank you so much. Oh, is it going to be that long of a delivery? Wow. Well, good luck to both of you, especially her and your hand. I'm afraid, yeah, it's going to be gel or putty by the time she's done with it. Good luck, my friend. What are the diagrams of esoteric radio technology? The most recent one probably pertains to the latitude compressor. Sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal in the journal? Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also would appear to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. Toxic Sean says, morning Oxhorn, great to see you again. Hope you're well. Good to see you again, Sean. And I'm doing very well. Feeling better now that I got some coffee. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August the 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write about the day Laylee died? Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault, but that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. She says loyal to a fault, though, and after the story that she told us, this checks out because she said that she helped the blonde clean up the mess and then proposed. No, and then the blonde is the one who proposed the plan, and Ruby went along with it. She knew at the time she was doing something stupid, but she kind of had a crush on her, and they had a past. So she did it anyway because she is loyal to a fault. Anything about La Puta Madre? That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder, would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. We can read the entry from March 9th first. And we've got a subscription from Sean Fornango. Thank you very much, Sean. Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break, well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Were you supposed to find her? Even apart from the investigation then, on M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head. This is a coincidence, we can say. I would never kill people for a mob boss. The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand, and we can read the entry from March 12th. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people. the boys, for example, but experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. So M is a mob boss that she was working for. M is also a mob boss that Harry was working for. We could look at the cover again, but nothing new. We can flip through the pages again, but nothing new, only the final entry. What's the most recent entry? The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run? Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. The lieutenant taps on the page. It looks like she might have been framed. That would be a first or a fourth, but who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, says Kim. We have other reasons to arrest her. He frowns. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us, especially if she has problems with the Madre. Kim, we can say, am I really a La Puta Madre agent? He looks at us straight in the eye for a moment, then sighs, no, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. Then who do you think killed the merc, we can say? Klasje was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or he stops to think. But no one heard the shot, we can say. Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back at the Whirling and Rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it. Yes, we should. Oh. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, we've got our spirit bomb. Should I equip it just in case? Vladimir says you may consider wearing armored merc chest and clothes with hand-eye coordination when the game tells you about the gun very soon. Or just do that now. Oh. Okay. Well, Vladimir seems to know what's going on. Let's put the gun on. So, hand-eye coordination and armor. Let's also put on some reaction speed. I only think I have one item that has hand-eye coordination. There. There's the armor. And I think that's it. I don't have any other armor. I didn't get the boots, remember? I should have gotten the boots. Doggone it. Okay, well. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm. I think my hand recognizes it, we can say. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheath it and know you have the moral high ground. That's confidence there. Brett Buss says, I've seen Dragon Ball Z. Spirit bombs never work. It's been a while since I've played or watched Dragon Ball Z, so I sadly don't recall the reference. You should take out your flashlight. Why? I was already through all of this. Why did it... I've already searched all of this. Or is that just a general tip? Must have just been a general tip. It didn't say that because I missed something. It just said that. I don't remember this. Oh. Oh, right. This was the staircase up. Toxic Sean says, hey Ox, what's a snobby coffee? Oh, coffee with too many ingredients, I'd say. That's a snobby coffee. See if I can dance. Let's see, what was the check again?
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
Now's not a great time to dance, is it? No, detective, it's not, says Kim. The lieutenant looks towards the church door. We really should get to the whirling in rags now. Goodbye, officer. Oh, man, I wanted to dance. Doggone it, Kim. Nix says, Oxy, I've been watching you since 2001. That would be impossible. Because, I mean, I have been around for a very long time. But I don't think I came on the scene until around 2004. That's when I made my first movie. Oh, 2010, says Nix. Oh, got you. 2010, that was a while ago. My friend. Glad you're still around. And of course, we have to walk all the way back to the Whirling and Rags. But I've got my armor. I've got my gun. I've got this awesome spirit bomb made with my horrific necktie and a bottle of blue alcohol, which I just so happened to get by bartering with a bunch of drunks. All of this is by total chance that I found this stuff. But maybe it'll save the day. Stop! Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. It is glowing in your hand, ready to serve. Raindrops slip down the oily fabric of the tail of the tail end of your necktie-turned fuse. Kim, there's danger up ahead, we can say. Yes, I hear commotion, says Kim. He cups his ear. Let's go. I'm scared. This isn't a time for fear. Go. Save. Ooh.
I'm all out of shit to give, Loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
There is a feverish gleam in his eyes. What's this? Okay, so we've got... What's her name? And these are the Hardy Boys. These must be the two mercs. And who's this? The third? A third merc?
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, all right?
Titus remains calm.
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, Loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him. He's dangerous, we could say. Shh. The lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
DePaul. Was this the sniper from the tower? No, this guy with the hat was the sniper from the tower.
You all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful?
It sounds like the armored figure is weeping.
Less in your abdominal cavity, like a little wild mouse.
God, who's this other guy? The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there. Oh, God, what do we do? Just letting you know ahead of time. If I don't get the result I want, I'm going to be reloading my save. Because I really don't want the Hardy Boys to die. I just don't. Toxic says, making me look bad, Ox. Isn't it from an Espresso Mac? An Espresso Mac? I don't know. I mean, espresso is the word I think you're looking for, not espresso. And Mac, I'm not sure what a Mac is. An Espresso Mac? You got me lost. Vladimir says, consequences of failing authority check, in my opinion, are more interesting than passing it, though you will not be able to obtain redacted or redacted. I don't care about gear. I'm worrying about lives. I don't want Elizabeth or the Hardy Boys to die. I don't give a crap about these mercenaries. I'll kill all the mercenaries, but I've got relationships with the Hardy Boys. Okay. We can whisper to Kim, the big one is the mercenary at the gates, the scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader. What do? We can say.
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
He puts his hand on his holster. We're out of time. This is?
The mercenary tribunal.
The lieutenant nods. Stop! This is the police, and we can get between them.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward. He's drunk! I think he calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire. Okay, Empathy and Half-Light are disagreeing with me. Empathy thinks he calmed down. Half-Light says he's about to open fire. The empathy check was harder. It was an 11. Half-Light was a 10. Which means that maybe empathy is true. Let's go. No, he's calming down. I can talk to him. You can't think that way now. This is serious, says Half-Light.
Big fuck!
The voice from beneath the helmet interrupts your thoughts. You can only make out the last words. Well, if we say I can see you're drunk, and they are all drunk, all three of these guys are drunk, so they grab their guns, and they got their arms, and they're going to come kill people. If we say I can see you're drunk, that's not going to make them go, oh yeah, you're right, we are drunk. Whoops, my bad, and walk away. If we say one wrong move and I'm taking you out, that escalates the situation. If we say easy now, no one needs to die here today, that might make them think that they can roll over us, so I'm going to say nothing and cross my arms.
You?
Cortianer turns his bloodshot eyes to us.
You're probably gonna get killed too. I think I'm gonna kill you. I didn't think I had it in me to kill a cop.
To your left, you hear the lieutenant cock his gun.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the blue medicinal spirit in your hand seems to have a pulsating glow. It feels enticing somehow. All right, says the horrific necktie. End game. Light me on fire and throw me in his face. Wait, it's a good thing you have an anthropomorphic petrol bomb. It really is, but you have to soften him up first. Present an argument. We have an anthropomorphic petrol bomb made from our horrific necktie. I love it. Even if it comes to a fight, it's a good idea to get under his skin first. This game is so silly. I love everything about it. Eric Therick says, good afternoon from Texas. Good afternoon, my friend. Thank you for joining. Toxic Sean says, hey, Ox, ha, ha, ha. Okay, I'll clear it up. I think I remember you saying you're no longer having snobby coffee. You're now using filter coffee? Oh, God. Sean, if you're going to do this, if you're going to make a reference to something I said many streams ago, like literally weeks ago, you got to preface that. Because you may have just watched me say it in a replay like 30 seconds ago, but in my mind, it's been weeks or days or whatever. But I remember now I said that I no longer drink snobby coffee because I've been in quarantine for so long, I haven't been able to go out to get my snobby coffee that I usually get, so I've been drinking a lot of drip coffee. But yeah, my snobby coffee, the snobby coffee that I used to get wasn't really that snobby. It was just an Americano with a little bit of flavor and some cream. Okay, 83% chance to pass a rhetoric check. 92% chance to pass a suggestion check. Oh! 72% chance to light the spirit bomb and launch it at him. I mean, I kind of want to see what that looks like. Even if I pass some of the other checks, I think I might want to come back and do that anyway, just to see what that looks like. So, who's that? We can point to the man. I didn't know you had a third guy. Rude? Rude is the killer. The armored woman smiles a vicious smile. Rude the killer. Hon Clowen. He doesn't talk much. All of you stinking jerks inside out. The killer? The gunner. He gestures towards himself. The raddest. He nods towards the woman. The killer. He points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate. What do you think he does? There, on the rim of Hon Clowen's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21. We can count the figures. About 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end. Ooh. Is that what this means? He specializes in killing black people? That's okay. I'm a killer too, we can say. And he says, you're a stinking pig. He staggers forward. I'm going to show you. What are we waiting for? Let's blow that mouth off his face. Lance Corporal. He turns to the woman. Just shut up and wait for your order. Listen, they didn't do this, we can say. Yeah? Who did then? Well, we don't know who did it yet. It was someone else. Someone who's not here now, we can say. How convenient, says Courtenaire. He gives us a drunken stare, then he puts his hand on the gun. He was shot from a great distance, we can say. A sniper did it. You think I'm stinking stupid, cop? There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shot one of your pals here right now, huh? He points his gun at Elizabeth. How about this? I don't know if that's a slur or not, so I'm not going to say it. Tell me it was a magic sniper one more time. Listen, please, says Elizabeth. She raises both hands. This cop and this drumhead court-martial won't decide who. He's going to do it. He's going to shoot her. We can try to pass a logic check. Think. Why doesn't he believe me? The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it out loud in a public place. So we have 3 options. We can say, listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. You're lying. DePaul heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. And we pass a hand-eye coordination check. A Kelge Model 40 revolver, 8 rounds in the barrel. The gun slowly sways in his hand from the inebriation. You heard wrong, says Kim. The lieutenant shouts. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter. The hanging was only a cover-up. Listen. Oh! Stinking liars, says Courtenaire. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun. The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of glass behind a glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. I missed. I know what I heard, Cordy. The radio operator looks at him. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. Okay, changing topics. None of these got any better, but none of them got any worse. Where is Claus J? She can explain this, we can say. Who the crap is that? Claus J, the woman upstairs, where is she? She left! The manager calls down from the balcony. What do you mean she left, we can say? She left! Her room is cleaned out, right before these jerks showed up. We should have arrested her, says Kim. The lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries. You can feel how upset he is with himself, just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment. Hey, Bushman! The veins on the man's neck expand as he yells. Your little jerk isn't going to help you out of this one. She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this. You're all drunk. Look at yourselves. Yes? So what? Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah. He wipes the sweat from his brow. I'm clear as day. Stinking government-ordained super soldier. Enough already, she says. What is this? The woman's voice is furious. We didn't come here to chat. Interrupt me again, says Courtenier, and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Now, you got them both off-pieced. He's foaming mad at her. Ooh, yes, rhetoric goes up because we got them arguing, but that stayed the same. Hey, hand-eye coordination got up because we got them arguing. Maybe we can increase the odds. The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this, we can say. You think I care what a company jerk thinks? He laughs. It's hollow laughter. Wild Pines is not going to forgive you massacring a bunch of innocent people. The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening. She's going to be mad when she hears about this. She's gone. The shout echoes back from the whirling windows. She sailed off. You're alone. Stay cool. Don't do anything stupid, Titus shouts to his men in the background. The company jerk is gone. Laylee's jerk is gone. Laylee is gone. Stinking heck. We're still doing... What are we still doing in this crap hole? He looks around, tired suddenly. Sad even. Guys, the little guy breaks formation. I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun. As he runs to the yard, Titus turns to his men. Hold your ground. Any more of you run and I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together. They're afraid. All of them. Trembling reeds in the wind. They'll run, scatter soon, one by one. No, the rest will stay. They will hold their ground, even if it means dying here with you. Three options. All of which we have really good odds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the option that I think is the best. And then I'm going to do a hard save, and we can reload to try lighting the spirit bomb. Let's start by talking about the hanged man. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it. Okay. Well, we only have two options, so we can say, who are you, Cordy? Sergeant Major Raul Courtenaire, reporting in to burn this stinking mud hut to the ground. He points at the whirling in rags. As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Courtenaire, Major Raul Courtenaire, friends with Laylee, Raoul, and Laylee. And then he bellows, for killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you are all sentenced to death by lead. Ooh, he had blue eyes, didn't he? Wait, no. Suggestion says that we don't want any personal facts about his friend coming out of our mouth. He has to start it. Okay. So to start him talking good facts or personal facts about his friend, we can say, listen, Laylee. Listen, you're Laylee. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker. What do you mean a talker? We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic. A nice guy to be around, says Kim. Yeah, says Court. He liked to chat up the natives, share leaflets, squeeze a bit of ass here and there. Great stinking idea that turned out to be, and he points towards the yard. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me? He points to himself. I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay. Jeez, I don't know what's a racist slur and what's not. There are too many in this doggone game. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did. Ready to open fire, Major, at your command. Bennett Tile 41. That really happened, didn't it, we can say. And Courtenaire says our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one jerk or 100 of them. Rude here, he points to him. In your crap pipes, right. Indecipherable mumbling. He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored, Laylee knew how to command. He was a good commander, says Kim. I can see you miss him. Oh yeah, he would have commanded the crap hell way better than I did. But that didn't happen because Hayseed Bill and the blah-blah-blah here, he points to Titus and Eugene, stinkin' murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after. And you jerks did nothing. And he points at us. Listen, man, we told you, says Elaine. Told us what? He staggers forward. What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo crap. You'll die first. Well, Suggestion warned us not to mention the way he looked. But we did gain a bonus to passing this check by knowing the color of his eyes. So we can say he had blue eyes, didn't he, your colonel? And Court smiles, pulling his face into a strange way. Baby blue, yeah, like someone screwed up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but women like that crap, I guess. Or I don't know what women like. I just know how to mow down cloths. And we can conclude by saying your colonel did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer. Find his killer, says Court. Cop, his killer stands right there. He waves at the men behind you, crapping his pants, and you're standing in the way protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. He stares at you, eyes pink from the alcohol, fingers tapping the pistol. You're gonna die for them. Right here, today. Big talk, says Suggestion, but you got him to admit that he's a bad leader. It's a small thing, but it's got him off center. Oh, and that didn't solve the situation. We can go through the others. Well, we'll start by going through rhetoric to say, well, we're going to try and think of an argument. All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenel would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Get my cigar for this. Suggestion. Really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off. Reaction speed. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely. Oh, God, okay. Krenel does not give you the right to conduct a tribunal. You were called Downwell once. What happened? We can gulp and say nothing. Okay, well, I got a +1 to passing this check by knowing about Downwell, and so we're going to go with Downwell. It looks like we only have one shot. You were called Downwell once. What happened? What always happens when you get good at your job. That name meant night raids, stinking extrajudicial funky time, burned villages, crap that sounds bad on the radio. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the crap it was. Probably won't be called Krenel for much longer either. He looks around. Not after this crap. Okay, says Rhetoric. It's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off of the gun. This did something. Now fire! Screw him up! Do it! The muscles on your back tense up. Well, we have two choices. We can stand here quietly and hope nothing bad happens. Or, ooh, and we've got it up to 97% by distracting him by the jungle story. Distracted by the jungle story. I actually don't remember that one. But we got them arguing. We got him talking. We got him thinking that he's a bad leader. And we can now light the spirit bomb and launch it at him. Horrific necktie saves the day. Yay! With a crash of shattering glass and a terrible roar, the fire draws in oxygen. The bomb hits the mercenary in the chest, swallowing him in flames as he staggers backwards. In the fiery inferno. Ooh, it's a beautiful necktie now, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? It is no longer the horrific necktie. In its death and destruction, it has transformed. It has metamorphosized like a caterpillar into a butterfly. From the horrific necktie into the beautiful necktie. In the fiery inferno, you see your tie coiling around the man's neck. It is no longer horrific, but beautiful and pure. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I love it. I only ever wanted you to have fun, Harry. It calls out to you one last time. I'm gonna miss the horrific necktie. What's wrong with me? We could say, wait, I didn't even know your name to the necktie. My name, it shouts, should you know it, is Jupson as men's fashion, model colorful tie, catalog number J327. I know so little about you. How did we meet? One day, a sad man walked into a clothing store. He looked really down, like he hadn't had fun in years. He needed someone to show him how to rock and roll again. Jupson AS catalog number J327 shone on the tie rack, trying to get his attention. The sad man picked it up and put it on. He looked at himself in the mirror, and he didn't smile. Are these the three thoughts that Harry thought as he was looking in the mirror? Nothing will ever heal me, but at least I'll have a funny tie. And from that moment on, we rode together. The rest of your clothes were still normal back then, but we took care of that soon enough. Did we have any fun? Truthfully, says the beautiful necktie, not a lot. I did everything a multi-patterned necktie can do to help a man. I mean, I tried to get you to do all of the fun things. Drink beer, drink wine, drink cider, go to parties with young people around and drink beer and cider, do drugs too so you don't fall asleep. You had some fun, but not enough to heal you. What's wrong with me, necktie? Your heart is broken, Bratushka, and it cannot be mended. Believe me, I've tried. Am I going to stay like this forever? No. you're going to be mowed down by gunfire from the 2 remaining mercs. So, no. Not forever. Oh, that's right. There are 2 other mercs here. And we're kind of paused in time right now, and we kind of forgot about them. So who broke my heart, Necktie? You both did, Bratan. Deep down, you know it was the both of you. No, says Pain Threshold. It was her mostly. Don't lie to him, Necktie. What's going on with that guy, we can say? This guy, says Cortanar? Oh no, the Necktie is talking about Cortanar. This guy, well, his face has cracked open into a scream of terror. It looks like he's performing some sort of shamanistic dance that requires you to be on fire. Yeah, his body contorts in a very disturbing manner. There's no mincing words with this one. He's dying a horrible, painful death as you're talking to your tie in your head. And we pass a perception check of smelling. Smells like steak on the grill. The burning flesh in your nostrils. Well, may he find peace in death. It's good to see you still have the capacity for compassion, my friend, says the Necktie. Deep down you are a good man. Goodbye, Necktie. See you on the other side, says the beautiful Necktie. The Necktie disintegrates into molten heat, its last remaining embers letting out a pop and a crack that sound like... Harry, for God's sake, watch out! Oh, here we go. And the Hardy Boys flee. Did you see them all scatter like that? Well, screw them. At least Elizabeth is still here with us. Oh, no. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. Kim, where is Kim? Blink, think, or try to pass a reaction speed check to dodge the shot. Oh, this better not get Kim killed. A low shot rings. You feel a tapping, like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the Curious distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate. You got hit, but the armor took most of it. But still, your rib cage burns. Feels like blood is slowly seeping into your lungs. The lieutenant aims, face pale. Without tremble, he quietly utters, God, please. He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. Then, 2 shots, 3 at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. No, it's Elizabeth. Who screamed? No, it's Glenn. It's Glenn out of shot. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. 2 gunshot wounds? How is that possible? There are 3 mercs. We killed 2. The final remaining merc shot once. How does Glenn have 2 gunshot wounds? Oh God, watch out! You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through the burning meat and the flames. With his face boiling off, the man raises his pistol at you, then squeezes the trigger. Oh no. We could try to evade the shot, but I've got a 3% chance of passing this one. 3%. So you know what, doggone it, I'm going to look the burning man in the eye. The look of vengeance, framed by melting skin. This is the last thing he will do on this earth, but he will do it. He will end you. Here it comes. Death. It's an impossible check. I have a 3% chance. You can't! There's no time! Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body's on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede into it. We can listen through the darkness and the pain. The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby, gunfire shatters glass. "Stop!" says Gart, the cafeteria manager. "The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!" says Titus Hardy. We can touch our lower body. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened here. Even clutching to our consciousness takes everything we've got. What parts of me are missing? Most of what's down there. Oh, God! It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No, it's just fear. Even if... Who cares? No one wants you anyway. We can try to open our eyes. What do we see? Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. "You're bleeding out," says Kim. Do we want to get nostalgic? No. You know what? No one wants to do anything with me. No one wants to party with me. "Stay with me," says Kim. You feel burning hot tears streaming from your eyes. Wow, 3 very dark options. This is a stupid world. Yeah, this is a stupid world. "Yes, keep talking," says Kim. The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. "You hear me? Stay awake." But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy and the sound ever more distant, and a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow, towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. We could try to pass an authority check. No! Kim! And we've got a 92% chance because the lieutenant trusts us, and the lieutenant, Kim, truly trusts us because we've been kind to him this entire game. "No, Kim!" "No," you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world. We can fall into total darkness. This is death.
One more door, baby. One more door.
No! Let me back into the fight!
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door.
That voice, though. The limbic system voice is just bizarre.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wounds.
We're not dead? We survived that? He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
Is our limbic system complaining about Harry ourselves? Oh, please be okay, Kim. Please, please, please be okay, Kim. I don't want Kim to die. Yay, it's Kim! Vladimir says, in the best outcome, 3 Hardy Boys die and all 3 Mercs. In the worst, all the boys die and none of the Mercs. The authority check doesn't affect the number of dead. What does? What check could I have? Well, I don't even know what happened yet. We know Glenn died. Shanky fled. Titus tried to help us. Titus came back. Did Titus die? We see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain. Kim. Sunrise, Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He is in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with the fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What did you say? Sunrise? Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise and prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. My gun. It's engraved on it. Cops like it, says Kim. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off for now. He unzips his bomber jacket. Barely. Ouch, we can say. That's right. He nods in agreement. Ouch indeed. Ouch, we can say again. It's not ouch time yet. You just got a Drumine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. The room. It's clean, we can say. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. How long have I been out, we can say? 2 days, says Kim. In and out. You've been up enough to take Drumine and curse and drink water. What happened, we can say. What happened, says Kim. You threw an improvised petroleum bomb at the Major. A firefight ensued. The tie made me do it, we could say. He does not answer. He does not answer and searches for something in his coat pocket instead. A smoke, most likely. Is he dead, we can say? Very, says Kim. He died in the hospital. A blood-stained killer. I'm a killer, we can say. You're an officer of the RCM, he continues without waiting for a reply. As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the Curious. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him. He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit. Tiny bit. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. There is a pause. This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo didn't make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Elaine and the musician. I forget his name. Eugene? Yes. He's still alive too. And we can nod. You were bleeding out by then. I think you said that no one wants to party with you. And you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, DePaul, before she got the jump on me. Thank you, says Esprit de Corps. That was his way of saying thank you. I killed her. The lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. And that's what happened. Don't people usually light up a cigarette after, like, sex? But he does this after killing someone? Kim! There's a tough guy in that geeky exterior. I thought you only smoked one a day, we can say. This is the one, he says. So you also killed. And he nods. And they're all dead? All 3 of the contractors? And he nods. DePaul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Krennel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate. Why? Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor? In full lockdown? It's too costly a target. Or maybe, and he breathes in the fumes thinking, maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon? I don't know. How many casualties on the Union side total? 3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. And Theo, he was just too old for combat. It sucks. I really liked Theo. And man, Angus, he didn't deserve that. Angus was a sweetheart. Poor Angus. And that's all. And he nods. An absolute disaster, we can say. Yes, officer, says Kim. He says it calmly. 6 people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. He rubs his swollen chin. The worst scenario has not materialized yet. And, he smiles, we are still alive. Both of us. And we pass a rhetoric check. He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between the 2 armies. How bad am I hurt, we can say. Reasonably bad, says Kim. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. He points to your shoulder. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire. Can I walk? We'll see. If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become the psycho locomotor. I'm a psycho locomotor, we can say. Good, says Kim. You'll need to be, whatever that is. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No, says Kim. And we pass a esprit de corps check. A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicamer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that crap hole, he says. Does that mean they're on their way? Isn't that strange, we can say? And Kim says, I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. Oh. Odd, we can say. You haven't seen any, have you? Kim says, well, there's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you, Kim says. And we pass a rhetoric check. That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here? Well, if I do number 2, I'm going to hurt myself, but I don't care. I want to find out more. If they're so worried about me, where are they, we can say. And Kim says, I don't know. And we pass a esprit de corps check. That's between you and them, he thinks. If not my station, who treated me then? I did, says Kim. I didn't know you could do that, we can say. And he says, it's part of a detective's task chain. You can do it too. Actually, you can. Interfacing tells us. You can even remove a fractured bullet, it seems. Let's go back and thank him. No need, he says. Are you hurt, we can say? Not very, says Kim. He rubs his chin. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I try not to move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Oh, could he have died? There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. Okay, and we can get up. Here it is. Can he get up? Hey! Easy now, the lieutenant turns double again before your eyes, an orange hue of pain. Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing. How are you? I feel fantastic. Let's rock. And he nods. So what happens now, Kim? Honestly, I don't know, says Kim. Good, because I totally do, we can say. Do you? Says Kim. Because we can talk to Everard. The harbor's in lockdown. We can't talk to Everard. The harbor's in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce is left too, thanks to our meddling. You don't think it was a good idea, huh? I don't know what to think, says Kim. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Something is keeping Krenel from sending in a death squad. He looks out the window. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her end. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Klausje too. We really should have arrested her, you know. I'm feeling bad. But if we would have arrested her, she would have been killed in prison. That's why I didn't have her arrested. Because people are looking for her. Not to put her on trial, but to execute her. Wait, you've checked? She's really? Gart confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. Well, who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know, says Kim. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It had better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. Well, this is because I'm a La Puta Madre's peon, isn't it? Don't be narcissistic, says Kim. Half the cops in Revocol West are his peons. Even if you are, it's not a decisive factor in this case. That does make some sense, tells us logic. The stinking May bells, Kim. The flowers. What? They were on the roof. I did not catch them. Butterfingers. Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to catch everything. He's wrong, says Rhetoric. Maybells on the roof? I don't even remember that. Is that something I should have caught? No, Kim. Every piece of garbage in this city is connected to the case. Okay, he concedes, clearly not meaning it. What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out. I don't know, says Kim. He rubs his neck. That's been there for years. But stinking footprints, we can say. Yes, he says. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. There's still a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. A light nod through some pain. I agree with this. What else? See, there's that. You can do ballistics. That's right, we still have that third and final point outside of Revical East that we can explore to see if it was a sniper from a distance. An antique bullet from a Belmargrave 44.6 caliber millimeter weapon. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be? It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around from before the war, or from the war, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is that makes the bullet useless. There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches, Revolutionary era. We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revical is full of them. But they seemed so mysterious, says Inland Empire. I can't believe they're stinking useless. No need to be melodramatic, says Kim. Well, the miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet. Kim does not know what to reply. He looks out the window, then back at you. It's morning outside, we think. It's simple. We have to locate communism. Communism killed him. I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, Detective, on account of it being dead. Are you sure? We can say, I see communism everywhere, telling us what to think, stifling, ouch, my leg hurts. Ideology does not have anything to do with the murder investigation at hand. I'm sorry, but it does not, says Kim. You know what I think about? Solving crimes? And he arches his brow, the ceiling fan patiently spinning overhead. Solving crimes is hard. It really is very hard, says Kim. That concussion must be making him dizzy. You're not ready to give up, are you? We can say. And Kim says, no. There's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I'm ready. Good. There's a pause. Where do you want to limp? The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics. Also, it's just close enough to endure the walk. We should check Mrs. Katerzine Alizji's room upstairs, we can say. And Kim says, why not? He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot. Another look through the window, perhaps. The one he was shot through? I don't know. I can't think of anything better. And the world is new. Looks like we've got brand new tooltips all over the place. Well, I said that I was going to do a hard save so that I could go back if I needed to, but I'm kind of happy with how things turned out. 3 people on the Union side died, but I think that was pretty unavoidable. Newly replaced glass, shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back in the world again. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Oh, is that what it was? Kim's room? You see gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. Still locked. This Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. Well, thank you, Gart. The alarm is set for 6:50 a.m. Medicinal supplies on the cupboard. Mercurochrome, a scalpel, and antibiotics. That's right. He's the one who helped us out. Well, I should probably equip my perception clothing, although I think I've got it already equipped. The boots. Yep, perception boots. I can take my gun off now. I don't need that. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Oh, great. Is it going to keep me from running now? Looks like she's left something on the table. Next to a stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry. I screwed everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs. A gift, says Kim. The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. Seems she left in a hurry, we can say. It's hardly surprising, says Kim. What could this gift be, we can say. I'm not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts. He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively towards his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Says Half-Light. Relax, not everyone is out to trap you, and we can leave. Right. The medicine cabinet is empty. Not even a toothbrush. Pity, says Electrochemistry. I was kind of hoping the gift would be in here. I always took you for more of a drunk than a chemical abuser, Lieutenant Yefreiter, he says as though it's self-evident. Should we go? She's really cleaned this out, we can say. Mm-hmm, says Kim. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing, and we can close the cabinet. A red thread. Made of nylon, it leads out of the room and onto the roof. Is this the trajectory of the bullet? Visual calculus. You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall. This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us, says Kim. The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime. To then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Where does this thread lead, we can ask? It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B. The island in the bay. Is she trying to tell us the shot came from the islet? And he nods. Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna, that is where the thread seems to point. Well, had we arrested her, we wouldn't have gotten this clue. There are ruins on that islet. A sunken sea fort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer. I remember, says Kim. He looks out the window and onto the bay. How did she know how to do this? She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass. It also looks like there may have been more to her skill than we know. The question is, should we trust her? This is her way of saying she's sorry, we can say. And I find that hard to believe, says Kim. But at this point, what difference does it make? This is also the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet, we can say. So it is, says Kim. For a second, he seems tired. You seem unenthusiastic, we can say. I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days, says Kim. He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. Maybe we need to go to the island, we can say. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. He's trying to justify it to himself. There, across the gray water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower. I remember an anti-aircraft gun, or the ruins of one on the island from the coin-operated viewer. Could be the makings of a sniper's nest, and he nods. I really don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim. I understand, he says. I'm going to the island. Are you in? Of course. He nods. Of course I'm in. He takes a second to gather himself, then says, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone. Lillian, the net picker. She's tarring her boat. Ah, yes, of course, the village. Let's go. And we can blink. Well, that's the only lead we've got. Hey, let's step outside real quick. Maybe there's something else out here. The thread is tied to the antenna. She timed that well. I'm surprised sleeping didn't heal us, but then again, we didn't really sleep. We were injured. Just checking to see if there's anything else in here. Well, looks like we got to go to the island. And we're going to talk to the net picker to get ourselves a boat. Hey, Gart, how you doing?
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you. Big improvement. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this little establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective petroleum bomb. Never seen anything like that. I was there until it struck him, crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway, he clears his throat. He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone, so to say. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, and he raises a finger, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free. The drinks are not, he adds. Just felt I needed to specify that. Where did everyone go, we can say? Oh, you know, and he looks around at the empty place. People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. Well, what happened to the man with sunglasses? And he shakes his head. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony. Yeah, I was, yeah. He nods, trying to remain aloof. That's because I'm a badass. It really took courage. Don't pick at him. Okay, let's be nice. Yeah, he is giving us room for free. I guess you are a badass. Yeah, I don't know, he says. He feels the need to explain himself. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a crap if I die. He means it. It's not just boasting. It's something he discovered about himself stepping out onto that balcony. Oh, well, all right, thanks. No problem, he says. Oh, jeez, that got really dark. He looks around the empty establishment. They'll come back. They always do. Goodbye. Let's talk to our smoking guy. Nothing new. Heal, says Sean Fernango. All right, I'll heal myself once. Seeing us approach, the bruised man raises his beer in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker.
He lets
Didn't
out
think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find a tin opener large enough for those cans? Then Copo Loco shows up and just sets a man on fire. Impressive shit, Copper. None of us would be breathing right now if it wasn't for... I guess what I'm trying to say here is thank you.
His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this hulking lump of a man is glad to be alive. This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus can muster under any circumstances. We can shake it and say, I superstarred the crap out of that. Dick Mullen on steroids, says Titus. A sad smile passes over his bruised face. Glenn would have liked you had he gotten to. Never mind. There's a lump in his throat when he thinks of Glenn lying on the plaza mosaic, bleeding. I'm sorry about the people you lost, we can say. His bruised face stiffens. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus... And he gulps. He was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's crap like a fat, angry bear. Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic and effective. And Glenn. Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like my own brother. He takes a sip of his beer. We're all screwed without him. But what do you do? This job is crap. Hold on, what about that Shanky fella? Oh, Dennis? You saw him run. He's a mean little crap, and I never trusted him. And he shakes his head. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast. Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him. They were good people, we can say. I'm sorry it went like that. Well, yeah. Memento mori, right? I know what that means. It's like, remember death. We can say, totally. We're going to say, what is that? It means you might die tomorrow. So... live every day like it's your last. Ain't that right, fellows? Absolutely, says Elaine. Today I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking gal. Because tomorrow a motor carriage might run me over. And Eugene says, or you might die of heart failure or syphilis. But hey, screw you for ruining a beautiful idea, says Elaine. What's going to happen to the Hardy Boys now, we can say? First, we're going to find Dennis, says Titus. I'm going to find Dennis, says Elaine as he interjects. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him. The tone of the statement is so matter-of-fact, it's as though he were talking about picking up a morning newspaper on his daily walk around the block. Frontier justice, I like it, we could say. You know what? That's not going to bring back... And Titus nods. He nods without really listening. We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known that what happens to cowards. And then he thinks for a moment. I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than to advance social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. He pauses. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be the Hardy Boys. Do you know what happened to Claus J? We can say. Don't know. Don't care, says Titus. I'll be glad if I never see that stinking woman ever again. Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her? Titus, we can say. After all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you? Nope. He did. Okay, I got it. He nods and takes another sip of whiskey. Any idea what I should do now, we can say? And he says, judging by the side of you, and he looks at your bandages, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big old breast in the other. I mean, that's a great way to recuperate, I gotta say. If only they had that at hospitals. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Jamrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all of Revachol. This game just wants to get me in trouble. It just wants me to get in trouble so bad. I gotta walk this fine line, man. Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now, says Eugene. And Kim says, thank you for your advice, Eugene. And you too, Elaine. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers. You're welcome, Bino Claude. Titus's response is completely unironic. You're all right in my book. Okay, so he's does that make him a racist? I don't know in this universe. Is binoclard a racial term in this universe? So long, fellows. Be good so I don't have to come back here again and we can leave. Take care, coppers, says Titus with a warm smile. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice. Elaine nods to us and then to the lieutenant. Capo Loco and the normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, they say. Are we going to Jamrock now? Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step in that line of fire, but you did, and we gained 5 experience. And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hell of a Hardy boy, copper. And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead. We can say it, but, you know, he's gonna shrug it off. The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it. I will, Capo. That's a promise. He puts his can down. Now scoot, because the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do. Take it easy on the drink, says Kim. The danger is not past. This town needs you on your feet. Good point, Binoclard. Hardy looks at his beer. We'll keep the volume under 12% tonight. Oh, well, that's drinking responsibly. Good on you, Hardy boys. Don't even begin to care, says Binoclard is French for 4 eyes. Oh, that makes sense, because Kim wears glasses. So this entire time he's been calling him 4 eyes? What the heck? All right. Well. Ooh. Un jour je serai de retour près de toi. One day I will return to your side. The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull. Oh. That's right. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found words for her masterpiece. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger. Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday. I smell heavy fuel oil. And blood, says Kim. Some of it is even yours. Heavy fuel oil, isn't that flammable? What are you implying, Fingers? You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy, and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. Better that way. Safer. We don't have any cigarettes, do we? I really want to set it on fire, see what happens.
Mon Dieu, officer. It is worse than I thought. Believe me, I know all about that kind of pain. I've had hip trouble for the past week. Oh, maybe it's time to slow down. Anything I can do to assist you?
Okay, well this This isn't anything new. Vladimir says failing the authority check puts Kim in a hospital, but he's still alive and gives you quite a fun companion instead. The redacted I mentioned isn't gear. You'll see. Oh, well, thank you, Vladimir. I get a fun companion instead? All right, I want to save my game because I want to set this on fire. I know Kim is going to be very disappointed in me for doing so, but I got to do it. Get some cigarettes. Clausje is pronounced Clausje. Oh, now I see this tooltip. All right, I've got my cigarettes. Let's set it on fire. Step back, Lieutenant. We can set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette. Hey! The fuel oil catches fire immediately. With a low hiss, a bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns the vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinaise or even to the coalition aristocrats above the city? They are meant for something above even those. Disco Elysium! Let's help our guys with their club. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way. Let's go to that island, says Kim. Slowly the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime. All right, I kind of want to talk to the artist. Let's go to the island, but let's go talk to the artist first. Where is she? She's gone. She's usually hanging out up here. Where'd she go? Maybe she went inside. I just want to ask her what she was thinking, you know? And why put flammable fuel? Here's the old lady. Is Kuno's dad dead? Let's check up on Kuno's dad. I mean, he's still there. Jeez. Still sleeping. Let's go to the balcony. Oh, this is the wrong balcony. I wanted to go to the other balcony. Vladimir says, now it's safe to say it would be Kuno. Sober and off the drugs, you can take him in youth police programs so he doesn't have to live with his dad anymore. Oh, is that what I could have done? Oh, he could join as a sidekick. Really? Oh, man. I kind of regret passing that authority check now. If I could have had Kuno as a temporary companion. Oh, man. That would have been great. Hey! Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. We can form a guess about what happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline, fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. It's Revachol, isn't it? The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. The wind blows through our hair. The sea breeze cuts around us, high on the balcony, as we stare over the edge at the sea. We can take in the ocean. The waves of Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. We can look at the ruins in the water. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles littering the ocean floor. Who did this? This damage, we can say. A fleet. The combined armies of Occident and Grad with Mesk volunteers. A 5-nation army. Hundreds of vessels. They amassed airships further down in the bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful, the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored to the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow of the water far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Hey, Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition, says the lieutenant. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here. He does not like talking politics of this kind. He fears the discussion might lead to disagreements, as it often does. I wonder what I look like up on the edge. From the eyes of a seagull, a nest of brown hair not worth the 50-foot dive. From a pedestrian on the dock, a rugged man staring out to sea, mere feet from fatality. From a guest on the balcony of the Whirling in Rags, a silhouette imposing enough to be seen at a distance. The chill is bracing. The salt hangs in the air. The wind from the ocean pushes at us, smoothing our mustache. Time to go. That's it. All right, let's go to the island. This is a great little RPG. It's very unconventional, but so creative. I could see myself playing this over and over again, you know? Just to remember the story and see if there was anything I missed. See if it turns out a different way. I think an RPG of this type has pretty good replay value. Let's go to the church. I've got to do a dance-off. I want to see Kim dance.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Got shot in the hip. No. Oh, no. We can't do it now because we got shot in the hip. Oh, I wonder how long it takes to heal. And my composure is so low. Oh, wait. I leveled up a lot, didn't I? Can I put points in the composure? Yeah, I just want to dance, man. I just want to dance. Oh, yeah. I'm rocking that. All that composure, and I'm going to put on all my composure clothing. Savoir-faire, endurance, shivers, suggestion, revocol, reaction speed, drama. Come on, give me some composure, man. I just want to dance. Yeah! Composure. So that's what, 4 points in composure. There you go, another one. My dancing shoes. Gotta love those green shoes. Okay, I gotta have it now, right? Ooh, what's this? Hear that? Magnesium! That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. So wait a minute. There's a lack of magnesium in me? Yes, says Composure, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. I need to mag it up? You need to get so magged up, you've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. So you're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form? Oh no, we've got a new thought. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to ascend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine. Nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system. Oh, new thought. Magnesium-based life form. Well, I'm all full up here. I can't learn that one. But we can dance.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
28%. Come on. I don't want to have to come back here. I might just have to abuse the save system a bit.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Oh, and I don't have to. Right out the bat. You close your eyes and vacate your skull, leaving your brain to wonder, where did that little fluttering light go? Total darkness.
Total darkness. You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep, vertebrate by vertebrate, through the unformed skulls of your mind. Here it will begin.
What was that about well, hold on. Where did the church go?
Who fucking cares?
Good?
No, not good. Orgasmic. Who fucking cares?
I'm scared.
Good. You should be. Who fucking cares?
I hate waking life. I hate this world. I hate and fear everything. All I want to do is dance. Please, God, just let me dance.
God? Where is your God?
Where did the music go?
Oh, don't worry. The music's still there. It's you who is gone.
No, really, why can't I hear anything?
This is a pivotal moment. Try not to piss yourself.
Concentrate on hearing.
Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spinal fluid. Electrified.
What was that about unformed skulls?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
What?
Every vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up and replace the old one. Like shark teeth. The one you're currently in has a little brain forming in it, waiting for its turn.
Okay, so we've got the ancient reptilian brain, we've got the limbic system, and now our spinal cord is talking to us. Well, we lost the horrific necktie. Might as well have a conversation with our spinal cord.
To rule the world.
Oh my God, is that true?
Yes, it's all true. In the spinal cord.
What's happening?
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
To rule the world. Yes.
From what I can see.
To rule the world. In the spinal cord.
I'm ready.
Good. Because from what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
Rancor says, hardcore to the mega. Egghead's gonna like this. We can bust a move.
Foolhardy. Do you even know what's happening on the surface? Maybe 1,000 years have passed. Or maybe you started spazzing out like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, we got a healed health. With our eyes still closed, the first thing we feel all the way back in the pivoting darkness of our own torso is warmth. You've become a triumph of rhythmoplastics. Somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol, the wounds from the war you've waged on your body are healing. Twist by twist, turn by turn. You must have touched upon an entirely new way of moving the human body. Every motion is pumping your brain full of endorphins. Open your eyes to the pioneering glory of hard style. We can open our eyes and dance like we've never danced before. Yeah! We have become a flawless interlocking mechanism, a flesh and bone approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads, entirely, rigidly imbecilic, without pity or fear. Free from self-awareness, no deliberation only. And I mean only execution. Oh my God, says Andre. The Speed Freaks would-be leader stands slack-jawed in disbelief at the hardcoreness on display. He whispers to himself, no way. Yes way. With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man, Egghead, observes our moves for a second. Then blasts into the same hideous pattern, yelling, "Ah!" Noid throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm. We can turn to a cell and say, what are you doing? The young woman lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at us expectantly. Suna the programmer cuts in before we can repeat our question. Asel, aren't you going to dance? Asel turns to Suna, then back at us, then briskly shakes her head and puts her headphones back on. No, recording. The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her own work. She's still at her mainframe, pressing buttons, reading printouts, but she's started nodding her head along with the music. We can then turn to Andre and go, "Dance! It's the law!" Yeah, Andre! The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion. The authority of the law is clearly unquestionable. Kim, get in here, we can say. What's going on here? The lieutenant looks at us and the speed freaks grinding around in the church, a group of unhinged lunatics. Delinquents, he grumbles. I said get in here and dance! The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. The lights reflect off of his glasses, giving him the appearance of a surgeon in the middle of a tense procedure. He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality before him. What's happening? Shouts Kim. The lieutenant is forced to yell over the futuristic music blasting from the speakers. How the hell are you dancing with that broken leg of yours? Help! Kim! I think I'm turning into some kind of hyperstar. Good for you, says Kim. He looks around the church hall. Rock on then. Hey, I called you to dance. What? Oh yeah, we can pass an authority check. He respects us, we outrank him, and dancing is just so infectious. That's it. Don't let the lieutenant leave without getting his hardcore on. Yeah! Who's the one in charge? We are. Lieutenant, I'm only gonna pull rank on you this one time. And that time is now. Are you kidding me, says Kim. I assure you I am not. Now get your groove on, Lieutenant. Get my what on? Says Kim. The lieutenant leans closer, unable to make out your words over the pumping beats. I said, get your doggone groove on, boogie woogie. Sheesh, okay, says Kim. He backs up with his hands raised in the air, observing the crisscross of your feet, and... Okay, you psychopath. He adjusts his spectacles, then pops his collar as high as it will go. I see what you're doing here. It's jacked up footwork, plus some, is that Ubi folk dancing? And then Egghead chimes in, nah, it's not Ubi folk, it's hardcore. Yeah, the lieutenant snorts, whatever. You talk a big talk, Lieutenant. Let's see some moves. Oh yeah, says Kim. I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate. Now, check this crap out. Oh, Kim! Dance for me, Kim, buddy. Look at him go. The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack and the pillars to collapse, bringing the church roof down on all of us. Oh, and look at Harry. Look at him go. He's not pulling out any stops. This is like rave music to jam to. I could totally get into like a dancing trance with this. Kim, is that a hacky sack? It's like he's kicking around a hacky sack. I don't want it to stop. I kind of want to sit here forever. This is the best. It doesn't look like he'd give a crap either. Part of him is amazed you're both able to just dance after all these horrifying events in Martinez. Is there anything more I can do? I want to break the limit. The dynamic motion of our flailing body is bordering on the extreme. We're going off the charts. We feel as if turning on the hyperdrive will be a point of no return. Feels almost melancholy. Are you sure you have the entire posse along for this? Together, where are you? Here we go again, says Noid. Hardcore fills the air, says Egghead. The sound above my hair, says Andre. The what now? Says Kim. The lieutenant suddenly stops. The sound above your what? Above my hair, man, says Andre. Okay, this is too imbecilic. Excuse me. We can pass a shivers check. 92% chance. Suna is in. Andre is dancing. We got Kim to dance to turn on the hyperdrive. On the coast of the Martinez Inlet, in a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center, an officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone has ever danced. What is the strange feeling I keep having, this cold, even now? I am La Revacholière. I am the city. What do you mean you are the city? I am a fragment of the world's spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol. My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms. Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat. I have seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill. How are you talking to me? The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck. I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs, everywhere there is space. But who am I? Why are you talking to me? You are an officer of the citizens' militia, agents in agentes in rebus. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul. You move through my streets freely in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You are also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you. An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes rolled back and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to. Had a good rest there, says Kim. I spoke to the city of Revachol. Heck yeah, says Noid. I bet you did, says Andre. Those were some advanced moves, man. Kim says, that's all great, but we should really get going. We've spent enough time doing aerobic exercises for today, and we can get up. Well, that last bit was a little less hardcore than I was expecting. I was expecting to like spin around in some amazing dance moves and take off into outer space. You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect. Man, says Andre. Now, man. Now, the would-be leader stutters with excitement. Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people. End of human development, says Noid. Mission complete. Okay, we'll go for it. Right, ecstatic, we can say. All right, says Andre. You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath. That's it for now. Goodbye, officer, says Andre. Wow. Tremble. The time is now. Ooh, and we've got Greek here. Let's see if I can take out my Greek. Hola? No idea. What time? Time for the show, for Ta Hola, the hollow time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Ta Hola, what's that? Logu de Yontos Yunu Zosun oi poloi os Idayan egontes frontasin. Wow, I don't speak Greek. Anyone speak Greek? Wait, what? Wait. When did this countdown begin? Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality. You were the first to crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? Yes, you spoke the words of the Palantaropos, and the houses of Periconarsis. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself. Am I sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism? It's totally also a coping mechanism, says Half-Light. Well, I am a little afraid, so you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet in the far plain Palanthropos. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover? I do think the world might end soon. We can opt in. Hey, new thought. Cop of the apocalypse. The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor. Wow. My goodness. Let's see if we can get our hat back from the girl. I got shot in the leg. We can point at our limb. Ouch. She looks at your leg. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober, so I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know. She shrugs, eyes glazed over. Then she turns back to you. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry, man. Must suck. And we can't catch the silver bird. Our reaction speed is still too low. Let's see what Noid has to say.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
That's it. Nothing new, and we still can't pass that conceptualization check. Let's talk to Suma.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, godly. But we haven't discovered the pale unknown yet. Let's talk to the broken glass. Visual calculus. Come on. 72%. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to try visual calculus, find some clothing. Yep. One to visual calculus. I think this is like the third or fourth time I've tried to pass this check with a high percentage chance to do it and failed. So I want to get this one right. That's negative to visual calculus. Okay, that's it. Visual calculus +2. Okay. 92%. I'd better figure this out. Finally. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, Leitmotiv, below them both. What shattered this mosaic? Unknown. Who is the older woman? The escutcheon on her throne says Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden réchauffeur in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence Dei advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, farriers stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all of its dizzying detail. The motto, what does it mean? Below both women, in luminous black letter, Après la vie, morte. Après la morte, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, Après le monde, l'église. Après l'église, le monde de nouveau. Lieutenant, this used to say, after life, death. After death, interjects Kim, life again. He nods. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. Why, we can ask? It was deemed subservient, to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We are already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. Well, what is the RCM's motto now? Justice, union, prudence, and force. Not very feminine, we can say. Not at all. And we can step back. All right, well. Then we could talk to Egghead. Or not. I guess that's it. He's too in awe of us to ever talk with us again. All right, now we can go to the island. Hardcore to the El Vega. To the Ultra.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee. I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You should see the other guys. They're all dead.
So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead.
We could scoff in a masculine manner. How exactly do you do a masculine scoff? That's just a scoff. How do you do a feminine scoff? How do you scoff in a masculine manner? I was a killer long before this happened.
I've always taken you for one. That's for sure. Not a lot of RCM men who aren't killers.
I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
That's still locked. We need to get to that island. And we can point to it. That won't be a problem, she says. It's wind still, and the tar just dried. She points to her skiff next to the jetty. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. 2 days of sunshine, we can say. I just got a bacterial infection. I'm sad to hear that, she says. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men around here. Be sad to lose the first one. That's cool. You boasting about your bacterial infection like that. Oh, it's probably going to be harder to make out with her later on, huh? Can we borrow your boat? If you promise to bring it back and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. Her eyes narrow. And no joyriding either. Of course, ma'am, says Kim. It's only for a day or two. Official police business. Aye, she nods. Well, what if I want to rock? See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff, she says. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that? So what's on the island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars. She says, used to be some kind of fortification there before the war for the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it. Hasn't been there herself? Who has then? You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you? Well, my husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. She looks around. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do. On rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. Which kids? The twins. She points to the two kids playing on the concrete yard. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge. Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go, says Kim. Would that be all right? Be my guest, she says. She looks at the boys. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do. Is there anything I should know about getting there, we can say? She says, well, most of it's sunken underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there. Aye, aye, Captain, says interfacing. Well, thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then. Oh, I half expected this to get harder since we told her about our bacterial infection. But apparently not. That's not a showstopper for her. All right. We'll be seeing you. All right, let's talk to the twins. Is Lily your sister? And we can point to the house. Yes. Yes? Yes. That's it? You're being laconic about it? It doesn't look like he knows what laconic means. Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right? On the island? The one who's busy kicking the stone points at the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there. That's, nothing? The boy pauses to think with his fingers in his mouth. It's just a sea fort and some planks. You can take a raft there. It's great. And, the other one butts in, we make fire. We make a fire. His brother nods. Gather the sticks for the fire and bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets. What then? There are lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out. They must mean a human being. On that island? But it's cut off. Wait, someone lives on the island? No, the boys answer, shaking his head vehemently. His brother looks at him, then at you. Yes, he says. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Let's go with yes. Why is he the fire guy? Because, the boy pauses to think. Because he asks us to put the fire out, the other explains. Well, why does he ask you to put the fire out? I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes. The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier, because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces. You mentioned something about lights. Starts one of them. It's hard to tell which one now. I don't know. Did you mean there are electrical lights? He points to the street light. Yes. The boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there? No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. The other one nods. He's been there twice. 2 times. Huh. The first one pauses to think, then comes to some kind of conclusion. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes. Anything else? What does this guy look like? I don't know, they say almost in unison. How come? We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he? Our father killed himself. Don't say that. He didn't. His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying. A dull pain flashes through our mind. Let's not agree with either one. We can say nothing. I'm sorry, the one says to the other, rubbing his brother's shoulder affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? There's, the boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence. Lights? Fire guy? The lieutenant looks at us. We should check up on that island. Bye, kids. Well, I wonder if they brought the sister. Nope. Okay. Let's do a hard save, just in case. And in we go. Rue A72 motor skiff. A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all of your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth like this. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox. What? Says Kim. What? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island? Fine, says Kim. He gives you a resigned shrug. Let's blast Sad FM. All right. Well, hold on. I guess I better get my boombox on. We can get in and ride to the island. Very heroic, Harry. Standing at the front there with his boombox. Poetic. Careful, Kim. There's some dark rocks under the water there. I'm going to get demonetized for this now. Oh, there's the church. Goodbye, church, where we had our big dance disco. And there's the buoy. Oh. This song must have been made for the game because I recognize that piano part from elsewhere in the game. What a moody game. The music, in combination with the watercolor style of the art, gives the game such a unique atmosphere. So is this Sad FM? Oh, there's the bunker. That's an oil slick. What's producing all that oil? There it is. The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there is silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. Let's go, he whispers. And there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I need more coffee. I'm going to push pause for just a moment. I'll leave you with the chair. You all seem to love the chair so much. And I'll be back in 2 shakes of a wet dog's tail. And we're back. I've got my coffee. Oh, and that's a help. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got plenty. We've got an hour and 10 minutes left. Just enough time to get our toes dirty exploring this island. Oh, you all liked the ox chair? I don't get it, but if you guys like the chair, fine. You know, maybe I'll make him a sidekick. He can be my co-host to the program. Maybe I should put a little funny face on it or something so that he can talk to you. That's what I'll do. I'll put like a hologram on it so when I twist it, the face changes. Yeah. Options. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Okay, I don't want to listen to this anymore. Let's take the boombox off. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean. The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast. We can point to it. This leads to the depot in Land's End. The lieutenant looks at the mechanism overhead. Ah, yes, so it seems. What do you think it was used for? For bringing munitions to the island, maybe, and supplies. You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain. As a defensive measure, locking off that side of the bay. Lock it from whom? From enemies, he says. He looks up ahead. Enemies of the commune of Ravachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe. And we can finish the thoughts. We can't get over there. We could go up, but I want to go down first. We can't get over here. There we go. These tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Okay, and we can't get over here. There is a lingering trace of mazout in the air. Attention, inflammable. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel. Black, viscous. Ranker says the ox chair was using a really bad Australian accent and kept rattling off lines from Mad Max movies. So annoying. He's an annoying chair? Okay. Wow, this place really is crumbling. The dry grass crackles under our feet as we stop. Faraway birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. What is that flutter? The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105. Underneath the flutter. On the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. The soft raindrops. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath. To the west, a silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine. To the east, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Raindrops fall on water, strangely quiet, forming circles in the distance. Ahead, a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow, a big building. Beyond that, further north, air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow, absolute silence, reeds motionless, bulrushes motionless. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an extinguished campfire. Below the silence, Col de Mamadakwa. What? What? Did we just hear the Col de Mamadakwa? We are way out now. Way out to the west. Kim? Yes? Have you noticed how quiet it is? I have, he says. Is that why we are stopping? Wait. I have to listen to one more thing. We can open our eyes and stop listening. This barrel says ICM. you see a star with little specks on it. The little birch from the coin-operated viewer, still holding on. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. Hello. Well, let's head inside, see what we've got. Ooh. This was once an armament rest. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber. Okay, so I can't get down there. Books, mostly fantastique, historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire, a survivor's kitchen. A microgrid generator. An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth. It's cold now, he concludes, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Where do these wires lead? He looks at the wall socket. Downstairs somewhere. What kind of generator is this? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold. If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator. We can tap on the side. A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down onto the ammo lift. What does this mean? A generator here? I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. I mean, why is it here, we can say? Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy. We can pour fuel into the tank. The lieutenant assists us, holding the canister up to the fuel tank. As we tilt, dark brown viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There is a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch, and we can pull the rope. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle. That should do it. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of softcover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out Caracool blanket. Someone has been squatting here. The lieutenant inspects the bed. The linen is fresh, recently washed. How recently? We force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear ourselves speak. You know, officer, he looks at you with a touch of concern. You can rest here if you're feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Okay, maybe a little shut-eye for just an hour. We can go to sleep. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. In the dark corner, like a dog, you just lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. We can curl up with our knees close to our chest. The blankets feel cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass, half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Our eyelids close until We feel ourselves standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Did we just sleep till evening? And did Kim stay with us? Kim. The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Yeah, maybe. The door is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow. We can't get in. There were more things to interact with here. Like a cloth that was draped over here. Oh, I should have explored the whole place before. Dang it. Can I not go out this way? I think I might have a glitch here. Ox, no, the passage at the bottom right. Oh. Oh, thank you. Go down to the chain. There's something there. To the chain? What chain? The chain that was way over on the other side? I can't get over there. Oh. Walk into the water now. Okay. You see her footprints on the water. Further. What? Dolores Day. What? The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face us. She has an airship bag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Hey.
Hey.
Hey? Is that all I get? And we can smile.
I mean, hey to you too.
She says apprehensively. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. How are you doing, Harry?
So is Dolores Day our personification of our ex-wife or our girlfriend? I'm not doing very well.
Don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
She looks over her shoulder. This is everything I always warned you about. Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag. She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions. You don't have time to tend to my emotions? She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there. In Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter. My globe cruciger. A spare silk gown. A toothbrush. Travel documents. The crown of immortality.
Crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this?
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway.
Your skin is holy and soft.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into...
You are. None of the others are as beautiful as you. She does not answer. There's that expression again. Silence. A distant wind blows. You can't think of anything pretty to say. Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive, epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
Harry had children?
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Reverchol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now. It's a 97% chance. I brought you this figurine of a headless fallen rider. I don't want it. She doesn't take it. It looks expensive, but I don't want it. I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figures were for getting you back. That's not what the figurines do, Harry. But then the figurines don't do anything. She looks at the headless fallen rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. Maybe this revolutionary figurine then? We can show it to her. Maybe you can take this revolutionary figurine. It's got a little musket. No, please. Please don't give me anything. Well, what about dice? I had some custom dice made in this place, a doomed commercial area. Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome. The aerodrome. Okay, I won't give you things then. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked these things a long time ago, the headless phone writer especially. But now, only boring hell remains. Her crown of hair is aglow with the red of the neon on the corner. Like this, she tramples her feet for warmth. It's getting really cold outside. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day? She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. I've heard you before. You're the voice on the phone. Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. She shakes her head very slowly, her white hair brushing her shoulders. Do what? Call me like that? You ruined it. There was still a chance. You should have waited longer. She would have called you instead. We can say it wasn't me. It was my hand. We can raise our right hand. My fingers called you. They shouldn't have. They really shouldn't. I was in Morova already, safe, in the warmth of night, wrapped in my future love. There, I think of you less and less. Whole weeks go by without me remembering you. Months already. Soon it will be years without the hurt. I sit there in Morova, in the holy gratitude of my bliss. I put my hand on my belly, and I smile. The air gets cold around us. She looks down on her stomach, then up at us. Her eyes are full of tremendous distance and mystery. The death blow is coming. Black-eyed dogs wander the alley. Apple trees hang their bony limbs low over the patchwork of roofs, red and black. Revachol west, the evening sun. She's left and bloomed, far away from us, our vast soul. Your name is Dora. That's what the voice said on the phone. Dora is short for Dolores. Dubois, yes. Dora Dubois. That's why I think of Dolores Day. Why is that? Aren't you Dora Dubois? Oh no. She shakes her head. We are not doing that again. That was not the death blow yet. You saved yourself for now. Keep stumbling around, and it will happen. Well, okay. And we can point to our head, the morning. The morning? I don't understand. No, I meant mourning. I'm grieving, but you're not even dead. Oh my God, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the mourning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old. I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn. She breathes out. It sounds more angry than a sigh. You're the X something. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Elysium Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. She keeps glancing over her shoulder nervously. I haven't even bought the tickets yet. We all told you. Everyone warned you. Who's everyone?
Everyone.
Literally all of you.
I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure. I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite. What? Sarcastic. We can say nothing and just look at her. She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten, frayed. The evening wind blows in. The gown wraps around her like a white flag. 1,000 times you've beaten animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regent of the territories of Mundi and Inzalinde. Nothing else. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. She pulls up the silvery sleeve of her gown to check the time. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry. A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrist. I could try to kiss her. I'm gonna try it now before I lose my chance. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back. But I succeeded. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be a horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. I feel her breath, her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs. Hidden, distant, kept safe from you. Her cheek is against mine. Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. Cold silver against my forehead. The delicate wreath on her forehead pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air. But we can squeeze her wrist. Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it. Distrust for you. The curve of her spine, her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff, her center guarded from your motions, unresponsive to your guidance. We can move our mouth. Nothing. Just pillows against us, unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots. Apricot-scented chewing gum. You're not kissing me back. The moment is ending. She's going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held onto her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you. That says suggestion. You're the apricot chewing gum scented one. No, she just shakes her head once more. I'm just Dora. You didn't kiss me back. She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head. I thought you would. I know you still love me. You can't not. She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair, blowing old newspapers and fast food wrappings down the street. Why didn't you kiss me back? Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you. Well, that's it then. No, Harry, not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. She slides her hands down her chest and onto her lower stomach and smiles. I'm pregnant. Is it mine? Of course not. She looks down at her belly, then up into your old eyes. I terminated yours. Don't you remember, you poor jerk? You poverty-stricken jerk. Now go ahead. She wipes her palms onto the silk of her gown. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else. No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more. Jeez! God. But that's not a very good way for things to be. It's not, but she looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good. I don't know why I said but. There is no but. Well, that's it. That's it, yeah. She looks up from her toes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. Where? In hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything. Oh my God. Good for me where? In hell? Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry. Are you stupid? Says Volition. She's about to say something. Here it comes. She's starting to love him again. Her innocence Dolores Day fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing. See? She isn't saying anything. I don't understand, says Rhetoric. It was... She herself said... We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad? I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better. It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too, you know. I used to think I couldn't live without you. She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green. But I can. It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it. 20 years? That's so much time. Yes, it only took me 1 year, maybe 2. She smiles and wipes her brow in relief. Whoosh. So you felt that way once? That you cannot live without me? Yes, she says, but that time is gone now. So very gone. With all my strength, I can't. It's like eating rocks. And there is a silence. She looks at you then over her shoulder, then corrects the wreath on the dome of her forehead. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars. It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again? No, Harry, we can't. Why? We already tried again, and it didn't work. Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up? By that logic, not you too, says Volition. Let's be the last sane people in the world, but only twice. If it doesn't work, let's lose our minds and let it all sink into the pail. Yes, of course. You've got everything under control, and I'm hysterical because I don't want to keep hurting you. She looks away from you. What went wrong when we tried again? I can do it better. I don't know. Please. She shuffles from one golden sandaled foot to the other. In the distance, a streetcar screeches. Why? Why can't we be together? Harry, we can't be together because you're insane. Her eyes turn to sorrowful ovals. She avoids turning them to you. Insane? Like what? Like cool insane? They're turning moist now, her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown. What do you mean by insane? You know what I mean. Well, in case you haven't noticed, I am a cop. It's not easy work, like some kind of academy or something. A cop. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions. Well, they're not lists. They're trees, we can say. This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now, what, like a dialogue tree? Yes, but it's not possible to talk without trees. It's not just the lists or the trees or whatever. She corrects the wreath on her head, with her hands trembling now. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for years, and then you start beating things. You get violent. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man, and you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova. But you said I have a vast soul, and you will always come back to it. We both said a lot of things. We were very young. It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things. Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork. As Queen Regent, I write a lot of letters. She brushes a strand of white hair out of her eye. You need to recite it to her, for effect. All of it. No summaries. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage. She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way. Oh, God. Shall we pull it out and start reciting? No, I don't think I will do that because that's just awkward and awful. Instead, we can say, you know what I mean. You left me a letter saying you will always come back to me, that you can't believe how happy you are with me. Okay, Harry, and she sighs. Okay, it was morning and you slept. The room smelled of cigarettes and Rowans. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left. It was autumn, the first one we had together. But you have to understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on to your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest, but I'm no longer that person. This, and she points to herself, has taken her place. It will devour you, Harry. I will eat your mind. The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips. I was cool? The coolest. She closes her eyes. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop, I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day, and you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex, the first and the worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact, but that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore. A ticket stub? Yes, let's talk about that too. She nods. Let's bring it up. The zoo in Le Jardin. The day we went east of the river to the aquarium first. I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face, the octopuses. It was just a day then. But to think, we were there now. Or were we there now, you would touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything. Go, and she shakes her head, virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret. Well, can't you turn back to the person you were? I can see her in you, under that gown and the wreath. And my crown of immortality? No. And she shakes her head. You scared her out of me with your crying, your... And she stops. The awful time we wound up having in the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people. It wouldn't be a cheap rental this time. I could afford a better place this time, we can say. We can try again. This time with money. I can win now. No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you. Only this time, he is more careful. He will not lose me. It will go somewhere. It will grow. Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny? No, this is very funny. Ha 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 ha. Stop laughing like that, please. It's scary. Voyager Road, I know that place. Where is it? It's here, Harry. She looks around. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos. The house there. She points across the water into the darkness. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good. Surely the alcohol didn't help either. Were we drinking? She looks at her toenails sticking out from under the gown. Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regent thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. It was the inevitability. See, if you drank with her, you'd be cool again. If you drank with her, you could have sex on alcohol. What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about? Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we've already talked about. Talk about it again. And she looks over her shoulder. If you do not feel like doing that, you could let me go to the aerodrome. Now, we have an option to say mass murderer here. I'm hoping this is because she's the personification of Dolores Day. That is very contested by modern historians. She tramples her little feet for warmth and adds, very contested. Plus, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations. Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer. Seriously. Would you say you haven't behaved like a mass murderer with me? You were very bad to me too. And she stops. We've talked about it like 7 million times now. I don't want to do that anymore. But you're not even human. And she shakes her head. I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this. And she looks around. This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even... But you're special. You had glowing lungs. My lungs do not glow, Harry. I'm just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of... Well, I suppose we can say, I forgive you that you're pregnant. I can deal with it. Just, oh, Harry, I don't need you to forgive. It's a good thing for me. And she smiles. It's good news. Why aren't you smiling more? A warm gust wraps her gown around her waist and between her thighs. An apricot-scented ghost wafts out of her. Her skin, the fabric, into the flow of the air around you. All the roads will miss her footsteps when she's gone from here. A completely different world. I miss you so much. It will pass. The gown moves on her limbs like water. Everything does. Don't go. I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. Her fingers wrap around the bag handle. I'm gonna go now. You have sworn a holy oath, Harry. She herself begged you to not let her go. Do we just stretch this out forever? This is torture. This is absolute torture. Poor Harry. But man, if he drags this out, he's being ridiculous. Ugh. Wait, can't we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner, and we point east. No, that would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy. But I swore I wouldn't let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way. That was someone else. I betrayed her. overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. She turns. Will we ever see each other again? I won't see you, but you will see me. How can that be? Oh, Harry, this is a dream, can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? She looks around. A year? 2? 5 years ago? How will I see you again then? Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening 3 times a week at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of Tutti Frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness after leaving you the first time so long ago. This is intolerably bad. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow. We're back! Oh God, poor Harry, man. You're up quick, says Kim. How was your sleep? Let's solve this stinking case. We could say my sleep was deep and invigorating and try to cover up the blood seeping out with our hands. Swallow the blood and conclude, let's comb the entire island centimeter by centimeter. The next step is in the task chain. Or we can just spit out the blood and get back to work. We're a badass like that. Okay, he replies simply. He is still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep. Jeez. Vladimir says, Ox, check again this breach in the bottom right passage before going through the big steel door. I will. We see candles planted on a broken range finder. Reading materials. Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on makeshift cupboards. They are not particularly well organized. We can sift through them. Most are soft covers, serialized, fantastique, and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic animal adventures. Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, we find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp, light erotica, and international thriller about circuit benders. Someone's made themselves a home. The lieutenant inspects a softcover. Ooh, a heroic conceptualization check. Does anything stand out unusual? I mean, I'm not going to be able to get it up very high by putting on a few pieces of clothing. So we can try it. And we fail. Nothing stands out that we can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes, fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor. Nothing out of the ordinary? Well, maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that, you can't say. The print on some of these is pretty small, though. This person has good eyesight. All right, well, we'll have to try that out later. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. Hey! Hand-eye coordination, fallen arrower shirt. And what's this? Army surplus winter scarf, +2 to empathy. Bill's here. All right, now before we start going through these doors, Felled insular console. Green paint flakes off the monoblock aluminum cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. We can run our fingers across the keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades. What is it then? The console, says Kim, is of an antique computation device. The lieutenant points to the wires running into the machine. The generator upstairs with wires coming out. They terminate here. Could this open the blast door? I think yes. Let's see. He points to the emergency dial switch. That one. The emergency open. Let's push light interior. The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange. We can slide radio dial. The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electrical power has not breathed life into it, so we can turn emergency open. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. It's like Fallout, we just opened a vault. A sudden wave of anxiety makes our skin crawl. After you, the lieutenant gestures to the opening. What's there? And we can point to the door. I don't know. A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again. I'm scared. Don't be, says Kim. He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again. I have a gun. I also have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire. Let's go. This hatch is jammed shut. Water rushes below, far down below. I wonder... Nope. Hello, what's this? Hey. Let's see what's outside here before we go through the vault door. Now that there's no vision, maybe we can find some actual loot out here. A firing slit. We can't see the insides. It must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. The distant sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo in the water. The ice cracks under our feet. Be careful not to fall through. Mr. Master Chief says, "Hey Ox, just to let you know, I will be serving as an army reservist for 2 weeks. So I will be able to watch your streams. Also, I need to be careful of my data." I understand, my friend. Good luck with your work, and thanks for stopping by. Come back as often as you can. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain. A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in. With a bottle in your hand. A bottle in my hand? Always. Why? Perhaps there's someone, there, under the water, waiting for you, smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Baby, you know it's going to hurt. But it's cold. Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth. Yes, please. Oh, heck yes! Go there in your head. It's been days since you've thought about her. A week. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over. We can raise our sight. In the rain mirror of the bay, we see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers, and the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries upside down. Islets, and posts like stepping stones lead into the water in front of you. Go, step in. It's been too long. We can shake our head. The pain in our pelvis makes us wince. Then we continue. The inside of the fortress. We make out the console and the blast door. Ooh. Loom fuel canister. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. An old medicine cabinet, newly stocked with dromedine. Ooh. Another bed. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits or embrasures, like two eyes in the wall. B triple prime. The lieutenant lowers his voice, stepping closer with his hand on his gun. This looks like a good place to shoot from. We can inspect the mattress. A single-person mattress. Modern civilian use. Brand name Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. We can pick one out of the can. The silhouette of the tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tior Mature. Like the ones we found at the Land's End, remember? And Kim says I may have been wrong when I said it was unimportant. He stares into the can for a second. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot. We can inspect the wall. There's a firing slit in the wall in front of us, like a little window. We can touch the concrete first. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. We can look through the hole in the concrete. The springs screech as we lean on the mattress and crane our neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in our stomach. A small piece of the Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. On the left, a towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Cape Side Apartments, Rue de Saint-Gilles, 33A and 33B. On the right, the red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling and Rags, Rue de Saint-Gilles 10. The doomed commercial area. And between the two, the box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling and Rags. We see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausier's room in the rain, reflecting the light. Mother Hecker. What does that mean, says Kim. Do you have line of sight to the window? Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room. A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? He points to the makeshift bed. You'd be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this, Kim, I could make it. I could make this shot. Good, says Kim. He pats you on the back, 3 small pats in a row. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest. Affirmative. Booyah! Master cop work. It's only moderately effective cop work until we have the weapon. It will not be, how do you say it? He looks north over the fortification. Booyah until we have that. Could the shooter still be here? We can ask. Where? He looks behind his back. On this island. He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says, he feels uncomfortable suddenly. We should move now, and we can turn away. No way to jump down here without breaking a few bones. You feel eyes on your back. Someone is watching, but you can't say where. Well, everything else is a dead end, so we have to go back in. At long last, 13 episodes later, we finally find the point where the shot was taken. Oh, and I've got less than 10 minutes left. Now that's the door we came in at. Okay, let's do a hard save here. Walk slow. It might be dangerous. Vladimir says an hour of gameplay or even less left. Well, I can't power through it, my friends. I've got 10 minutes left of my stream. But you know what? We'll get through it next week. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Small white flowers blossom all around us. Ooh. We see a guy sitting on a log with a campfire holding a gun. A rifle. Like the kind that would shoot a bullet we found in the head of our mercenary. Listen, the last time I went ahead and talked with what I think is a pivotal character, we ended up going over by like 30 minutes. I've got less than 6 minutes, so I think I'm going to save this conversation for next week. Vladimir says, Oxhorn, then finish it now. Long dialogues ahead. Richard says, overtime, it's worth it. I know. But look, I really got to go. I've got a lore video to get ready for the weekend. I'm hoping to do one on Vault 94. I spent the weekend scouring the entire vault. I've got over 3.5 hours worth of footage from the vault that I can turn into a lore video. I'm going to try and work on it this week, but frankly, it's so much material that I don't know if I'm going to get a lore video done for the weekend. But I'm going to try. I've got my schedule posted on Twitter for the rest of the week. We just finished an epic stream of Disco Elysium. So much happened today. I'm so happy. For tomorrow, we've got Wasteland 3. Then we've got Horizon Zero Dawn for Wednesday. Wasteland 3 and Resident Evil Claire's story for Thursday. Friday, Witcher 3 with the lore video for the weekend. Don't miss it. I hope to see you all there. Happy birthday to Jessica Sharp. Thanks to everyone in the chat today who came on by. I do appreciate it. Can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you coming by to watch my broadcasts each and every time I go live. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I hope things are good in your household and everyone stays healthy and well. And if so, then I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early for Wasteland 3. Bye-bye now.